With respect to Syria, I briefed the Council on the situation and in particular the increasing violence and complete disregard for human life and dignity which has reached unprecedented levels during the past weeks. And we've seen that in a number of places, including in Tartus Governorate. We've also had reports of opposition fighters allegedly attacking the village of Hatla in the eastern governorate of Dar ez-Zor. I'm very concerned about the increasingly sectarian nature of the violence. A UN SARC joint assessment mission was finally allowed to visit Al-Qusair on the 15th of June, and they basically found a ghost town. Weeks of heavy fighting and shelling had left the city almost totally destroyed. I raised with the Council my concerns that where there is active conflict or fighting going on, we have not been able to access many of the people in those areas. However, at the same time, we have managed since January through interagency cross-line convoys to reach 1.2 million people in previously inaccessible locations, most of them in opposition-held or contested areas. Access permitting, cross-line convoys should benefit another 2.8 million people in the coming months. I reiterated my call to the Council that we should look at every single way in which we could get help to the 6.8 million people who are in need in Syria, including not just cross-line but also cross-border operations. Thank you very much. I'm happy to take questions. Yes?
Which has some sectarian overtones. The leader of that massacre, and he bragged on television, is a Kuwaiti professor. He spoke about slaughtering Valery and his son and others. Then, a few days later, in Cairo, they issued 3 ulemas. One of them in Qatar, Sheikh Yusuf Qaradawi, and a couple other ones, Saudi, and another 2 Egyptians, issued fatwa allowing such massacres to be replicated, calling for people to report. Are you going to take any action regarding such sheikhs who are inciting terrorism, perpetrating them, and bragging about it? Are there any actions to be taken for that?
Well, on the humanitarian side, of course, we have condemned any violence. It doesn't matter where it comes from, which is attacking ordinary men, women and children, and which violates international humanitarian law. And again, I repeated that call to the Council. I think we have to make it extremely clear that there is no impunity for those who carry out these horrors. It doesn't matter who they are or where they come from.
Just a follow-up. 2 towns close to Hatla called Nubal and Zahra have been under siege for over a year only because they are Shia towns, and they host more than 60,000 people, inhabitants there. Are there any actions to be taken to deliver food to them and to, Al-Nusra is calling that they say selectively that they want to commit another massacre like Hatla. So are there any initiatives to deliver food to them and prevent such massacre from happening?
Wherever there is fighting going on, we have found it very difficult to get clearance to go into those areas. We've experienced this very recently, for example, in Rif Damascus, where for months we have been trying to get into a particular area. We have just been given permission to do that. So we will continue to press because, of course, the greatest needs are in those areas where there is active fighting ongoing. It is our responsibility to try to get to those people, to make every effort we can to do that. And of course, if there are any allegations that there will be a massacre or that there is an intent to massacre, we will bring that to the attention of the Council and the international community, because wherever we can, we have to stop that kind of excess.